name is Samad Safadin, and I'm a CEO over at Funnel Marketer. And we're basically a marketing automation agency that work with multiple direct-to-consumer and SaaS brands.
What was your kind of driving force behind finding a solution like Shift and ultimately using it?
The ultimate driving force is definitely the fact that I'm fractional CMO for multiple different organizations.
Okay.
And that requires multiple email addresses mostly, right? So I could, use an Outlook or something of that nature, but there's also a lot of other software that Shift has extensions for. And after, researching it, it was just easier for, kind of the all-in-one suite of a desktop that I can use to pull up whatever, particular brand's email. And, if it's like Shopify or whatever else it may be that needs an extension with it, it's all right in one spot. So it's just a little bit easier than multiple tabs. And quite frankly, just how Outlook runs, from an email perspective, it's just a lot easier to just kind of get to whatever I need to do in a workspace and be ready to move on to the next client once I'm done that one.
How would you say that Shift helps you and your team member, achieve your daily tasks maybe more efficiently or better?
That shared workspace opportunity there that, my teammate has with me just allows just complete visibility. And, if there's anything that's urgent, they can, go in and take care of it and act as me or, act at like that particular setup. It's just, there's not as many passwords going around texting, hey, how do I get into this? It's just, there's that redundancy that I really, really appreciate. The way that I have this all set up is specifically primary, the primary Shift account's always up top. Then I have my personal just because I have to have it there. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different brand email addresses.
Yeah.
Are all right here. So that is just a key component there. I mean, without it, I just feel like it just becomes too difficult for me. Opening up multiple different Gmail accounts and whatnot. Again, I know there's other opportunities and another software that I could have had it all in, but this allows me to kind of focus on one brand versus the IMAP, Outlook situation where it's just all there. I actually do if I click on, I'll click on this one, right? I like that it how Gmail does take a little bit of time to actually pull it up. I can kind of consider this how I'm going into a particular workspace. And I then, just go one after another. I'll go down the list of all my different emails just to kind of get it down to inbox 0. And I'm focused on one specific spot then. So I actually do use it for that particular perspective. Going down, in terms of apps that I have on Shift here, for me, QuickBooks is obviously a big one just to make sure that everything makes sense from an accounting perspective. So that's always there. It's tied in again with one of the email accounts up top, the first one, the primary one. Part of, responsibilities is business development. I'm definitely trying to stay as heavily involved with LinkedIn. So that's another one that's part of a daily routine. And that is right here. Then I got HubSpot. And again, just that quick access to the CRM just for any other, a little bit of BD, but really actually even just management of customers all right here. Grammarly has been a key one for me. I love it. I love that it's actually, when I tie it in on the Shift, it's actually pulling it everywhere. So all my Gmail accounts, just like any other browser, it's just, and even LinkedIn, anything that pulls it, it's just all right there. So it's just great that it's all native and all universal. And this one, again, it's probably my funny one because I am not at inbox 0 right now, but SaneBox is my first filter to kind of get rid of any emails that are not needed, spam, unwarranted, just, sales emails, whatever it is. So again, that's universal through all these different Gmail accounts. And I definitely appreciate that.
Is there sort of one or two particular features in Shift that you love the most?
Quite frankly, the biggest feature is just the menu itself, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like that is the biggest reason that I'm probably utilizing Shift. It's just right here on the left-hand side. I'm able to switch over from one to another. I'd say that that's the biggest reason. Like, I think it's, I don't have to have multiple different, Chrome browser windows open and flood it with a whole bunch of tabs. And I know that sounds like it might be just a small reason, but it actually is such a big, important piece for optimizing, like, your workday. So, I think that's probably the one reason why I would never want to get rid of it at this point, at all, just because it would mean a lot of flooding of different tabs. Just kind of think outside the box on how to use Shift. I mean, yeah, you can, utilize it to optimize your own workspace and be good on that from that perspective. I use it, and I wish I could show this particular piece, and I was thinking about it. I can't really, because what we do is we bring on contractors that work in brands as well. So, the Shift has the team feature as well, but I wanted to utilize that team feature by having only the specific email address be the primary account that I'm going to be sharing that Shift, setup with. In this case, what I'm doing is our contractors, we got a specific name for them. We call them traffic control unicorns. And thinking outside the box for other, possible, users that might want to go in and look at Shift as a good tool for them would be that, like, you can literally preload everything you need for your employee or your contractor that might not be utilizing, like a office computer altogether. It's not like your designated computer that you're sending to them. I'm loading up their shifts with everything that particular person needs for that brand. So it's not just what what I showed earlier. I'm actually setting up like different Shift accounts, paying for them to have it. They're logging into it, and I have access to kind of, wipe it out as necessary. So just as a new onboarding a new employee or a new contractor, Shift is really just powerful from that particular perspective. That particular piece has been very helpful for, speeding up our onboarding.